This is 1.4.a, and we're going to need our calculator to help us translate this information into ratios. The first one we're going to do here is a fraction, 30 kilometers on top. A ratio always has the same units on the top and the bottom, and so it'll be 30 to 72. I just wrote that wrong. Which simplifies down to 5/12. 36 out of 80 or 90 defective items. So once again, the fraction, 36 is the numerator, and 90 is the denominator, and so it's 2/5. 45 men to 63 women. They're all people. They're in the same units. 45 to 63 simplifies down to 5/7. 18 kilometers to 7,200 meters. Let's try this one. 24 kilometers to 48 or 4,000 meters. The first thing we have to do is put the 24 kilometers on top, but there's 1,000 meters in a kilometer, so you have to switch the bigger unit so that it's the same as the smaller unit, and that's 40,000, and we get 3 to 5. 32 feet to 88 inches, so 32 is multiplied by 12 when you switch to the smaller units to 88, and you get 48 to 11. 6 hours to 21 minutes, so we're going to put the 6 on the top, but there's 60 minutes in each hour to 21 minutes, and we get 120 to 7. Next one, 40 hours to 96 days. 96 days is times 24 hours, gives us 5 to 288. Now we have to change these into ratios compared to 1. So in the first case, 2 to 9 on our calculator, 2 divided by 9 gives us 0.2 repeating, 0.22222. We're supposed to round to 1 decimal place. So let's make sure that we do that. Round to 1 decimal place, not 2. Next one. Convert. This is a ratio compared to 1. So 4 ounces to 6 ounces. 4 divided by 6. And that is 0.66666, which would round to 0.67. Don't list the 1 when you do PE ratios, price to earnings ratios. So the price is 56.66 divided by 1.03 gives us 55.001 dollars. Let's see, next one. Write 20 feet in 2 seconds as a unit ratio. So 20 divided by 2, round your answer to the nearest hundredth, is 10, so it'd be 10.00. 23 divided by 4 hours is 5.75 miles per hour. Fred Flintrock purchased 800 shares of stock for $13,296. He later sold it for $14,728. What was his profit per share? So we need to get our profit on top of our fraction, and we've got 14,728. But we're going to subtract how much he bought it for, 13,296. That takes care of the amount of money. It's per share, so we need to go down to the bottom. He had $800, and so it'd be $1.79. Kate earns $812.25 working 37.5 hours, so we take pay divided by hours. 8, 12, 25 divided by 37.5 gives us 2166. Bill filled up the car by spending $3.15.9 per gallon for 1428 gallons. He had driven $382.704 miles. What was his gas mileage? Now, the red herring here is you do not need to know how much he paid per gallon because it's just miles divided by gallons. So we would take 382.704 divided by the number of gallons, 1428, and that gives us 26.8 miles per gallon, round to 1 decimal place. Taylor Corp makes wedding invitations. They made 5,600 invitations in one day, 300 were defective. The total costs were $11,448. What was the cost per usable invitation? So we want the numerator to be the cost, $11,448. The denominator is going to be the wedding invitations made, subtract the unusable ones. And when we get it, we get $2.16 per invitation. So this is how to do 1.4.A.